Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at adding decimals by using our place value system or base 10 chart. So let's just quickly pull that. Now, here's our chart. Now, if we were asked to represent these numbers, okay, on our chart, we would have placed them in their respective columns. So if you notice, the 2 is exactly in front of the decimal point. So I'm going to place the 2 in my units column exactly in front of the point, okay, that column. And the 3 would follow in the tenths column. So the 3 would go there and the 5 would fall in my hundredths column. All right. Now, since we're asked to add, it simply means then I'm going to just place them under each other in their respective columns. If you notice, in my units column, I have a 0, meaning I have no units. Okay. Then my point is there exactly underneath my point, and I'm going to put my 2 in my tenths column and my 4 in my hundredths column. Okay. Now, at school, when asked to add decimals, this is the way we would have show them or line them up. Okay, so for example, let me just do the work in here. I would have 2.35, and then exactly under my 5 I have a 4, and exactly under my 3 I have a 2 point, and I would have a 0. Okay, so I have 0.24 being added to 2.35. So let's see what we get for our sum. Now, basically, you'd say 4 plus 5 would give us a 9. So we'd place our 9 there. Then we would say a 2 plus 3 would give us a 5. So we would place our 5 there. The point goes exactly under the point when adding or subtracting. And then 0 plus 2 would give us a 2. So that's how we would calculate that. Now, just to give you the basic concept or the intuition behind what is happening here, I'm going to show you another way. Now, if you remember, in previous lessons, we say that the true value of a number is the face value of that number multiplied by the place value, and that would give us the true value of the number. So, for example, if we should take the 2 up top, we would say the face value of the 2. When you look at a digit, what you are seeing is the face value. So face value of 2 is 2, and we're multiplying that by the place value, which is 1, and that would give us the true value of the 2, which is 2. Okay, 2 times 1 would give us 2. Now, for the 3 in the tenths column, the 3 is really 0.3, because remember, it's exactly behind the decimal point. So I could say 0.3 times, and the place value is 0.1. Sorry, yes, 0.1, which is the tenths column. So I would say multiply that by the place value, which is 0.1, and that will give us our true value. So we would get it a 0.3. Now, let's look at the next digit up top, the 5. The 5 is really 0. The vertical line represents my point, and then I would have to put a 0 where the 3 is to represent the place, and then the 5. So the 5 is really 0.05 times the place value, which is 0.01, and that should be equal to the same 0.05. Okay, so the value of the 2 is 2, the value of the 0.3 here is 0.3, and the value of the 5 here is 0.05. Okay, so I would suggest, well, I would think that you get the basic concept of that now. So given the other videos that we have done on it, so here we are really saying 2 plus 0.3 plus 0.05. Okay, so the same digit here, 2.35, is the same as 2 plus 0.3 plus 0.25. Okay, now really what is happening here, we are adding to that. If you notice, in my units column I had a 0 under the 2, so I would have a 0, and I'm adding again to that. Here where the 2 is at the bottom, I would have a 0.2 plus I'm adding to that 0.04. Okay, and I'm drawing my line because we are adding. Okay, cool. Now let me just pull this up a bit so that we can get some more space to see clearly what we're dealing with. And here now I have pulled out, I'm going to pull up some number lines to show you what I'm really speaking about. All right, so let me just pull up this a little bit. Let me just pull this up so that we have a lot of space working with. Now here we have our two number lines. Now the first number line, I'm going to use it to represent my hundredths column, because you would have known that this is my hundredth column based on what we have did up top before. In comparison to our place value chart, here would be our tenths column and here would be our units column. So now really what I'm saying, if adding my hundredths column, I would say the first one, if this is 0, then this must be 0.01, then I would have 0.02, then I would have a 0.03, then I would have a 0.04, then 0.05, then I would have a 0.06, then here I would have a 0.07, here I would have a 0.08, then here I would have a 0.09, here I would have a 0.10, then here I would have a 0.11, then here I would have a 0.12, and you should get the basic idea of what is happening. Now if I am starting from 0, okay, on my number line, okay, and let me just quickly represent this. If I'm starting here from 0, from that point, first I'm going to represent 0.05, so I'm moving up 0.5 places, so this really is 0.05 places, so this would be 1, that would be 2, that would be 3, that would be 4, and that would be 5. Okay, so really this distance that I've moved is really 0. I've moved 0.05 places. Okay, so now I need to add another 0.04 to that. Okay, so here now let's add that quickly. Let's just add that quickly. Let me use a red. So here now I would say this is 1. Okay, I need to add 0.04, so I need to go up 4 more. So 1 would take me there, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. Okay, so really what I've just added 0.04. Okay, and if you notice where I'm at here, okay, where I've finished here, I have stopped at this position, which is my 0.09. So when I've added these numbers, I've gotten 0.09. Okay, now to this now I'm really adding. So here I have represented on my hundredth, this is my hundredths column I have just represented. Okay, so this is on this number line, hundredths. So this number line represents my hundredths column. Okay, now I'm going down to my tenths column. All right, so here now this number line will represent my tenths column. All right, so here on my tenths column, if this is 0, then since I am going up by 0.1, all right, then this would be 0.1, then this would be 0.2, then this would be 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. Okay, so I can just stop there. You'll get the general gist of what is happening. I'm just going up by 0.1. Okay, now this is representing my tenths column, and let me just pull this up a bit to show you where I'm at now. I've completed my hundredths column, so I'm now in my tenths column. All right, so here basically what is happening now, basically what is happening here now is that if I'm starting at 0, all right, if I'm starting here at 0, just change this, I'm going up 0.2 first. You choose any number you want to move, so let's say I'm moving 0.2, so this would be 0.1, 0.2. So here I've moved 0.2 units. Okay, now I am adding to that 0.3, so I need to move an additional 0.3 units. So here I am, let me just change the color. So here I am moving now, that's another 0.1, I need to move 0.3, so that would be 2.2, and that would be 0.3. So here I have moved 0.3 units. Okay, now if you notice, I have stopped at this unit here, okay, which is 0.5. okay, so this would be my answer, okay, for this section. So here I'm saying I am at 0.5. all right, and if you notice in my units column now, I only have a 2 there, okay, so 2 plus 0 would give me 2. So this number here that we got over here for our answer, okay, which is 2.59. 2.59 is the same as 2 plus 0.5 plus 0.09. It's the same thing, okay? So just wanted to give you a basic idea of what really is happening and how you calculate these things on the number line. So remember, here we're adding and there we're adding, okay? Bye bye.